2, 3.
Dracula. It's been a while since you've heard from me. I was back in Pennsylvania with a few of my friends, and we had this idea. We're gonna put the American scene in a trance. We're gonna take over the charts. Let me introduce you to who I got.
I'm Dracula, and this is my band, the Draculas, and that is my name, I'm Dracula, and this is my band, the Draculas. Roll call!
Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?
me off to England. I rose from the dead, and promptly I'll kill them. I'm the last of the mummies, and I have come to eat your
of the sea. Je suis Siron. That is my nom. Je suis Siron. Over there. Derrière. Hors. Contraire. Oh, c'est là. Oui, oui. Welcome to the sea. Come closer chez moi. Come closer into moi. Oh yes, the sea. The waves go up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up. Welcome to the sea. Je suis son incroyable. For Monsieur Dracula and the Draculas on guitar. Ooh la la. Oh, c'est la vie. In the sea, avec me, avec moi. Come back to chez moi. I'll give you a massage. We will eat some fromage. That's how you say cheese in the sea. The sea, the seven seas. With me, you are in this sea. Oh, oui, oui. Au revoir.
All
that approaching, looking like a blob.
I'm the blob you're about to meet. I'm the blob coming down the street. I'm the blob I'm ready to meet. I'm the blob who could ever beat me. I'm giving them a nice boogie. I'm the blob, I'm gooey. I'm the blob, oh goody. I'm the blob.
left the door open for you. You walked right in, you fools. You walked right in.
Try to hide, but you'll have to face a spaghetti man. He welcomed them into his home, but had no idea what would follow. What started as a pleasant dinner party for friends
Has yous guys ever heard of the legend of the Spaghetti Man?
would soon become something much worse.
He says about a boopy.
An ancient being, an unstoppable evil, and a fight for their lives. Alistair Bennie Underwood is the Spaghetti Man.
Why did you have to say Bada Boopy?
Who is master of the world, man or the insects, nature's most persistent creatures representing 9/10 of all forms of life?
The ghoulies, the fucking gits keep on fussing with people's shits. The fucking mites own the damn night. Don't take a crap, they'll take a bite. Inside the bourgeois shack, the fucking ghoulies are back. They'll slash you with a razor blade knife. The rich will shit tonight in college rooms with ghoulies. Evil wanks for some local dooney. The carnival clown has lost his frown, yet lost his arm in the poolie. The ghoulies, the fucking shits, they don't make sense, they won't leave it. The fucking fountain is fucking red. Pete is lost down by the shed. The fucking spook house has gone too far. That bruised rag owner is down by the bar. That rich prick only thinks with his dick he'll lose his balls when he takes his next shit. Put on your shades, open up the gates, let these little wankers crawl. They'll piss and fuss and run amok and make your grandmother bawl. The ghoulies, the fucking gnats, the fucking blood, fucking splats. You could scream if you barely like. Hey, trenchcoat man, can I have a light? Oh no, a series of dwarves in fucking helmets and medieval shorts. Such compact cruelties in the domain of the ghoulies. Do you understand the satanic plan? The giant ghoulie man that came out of the sand? Do you fucking see the doom and glee? The fucking ghoulies killing fucking yuppies. Now a moment of rest. For those that die in distress, with a little fucking protest, they'll pass the satanic test. Ghoulies, the fucking gits, they ain't fussing around, they messing with shit. Hey, trenchcoat man, can I have a light? Don't take a shit or they'll take a bite. The fucking ghoulies, 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 the fucking ghoulies.
Randall with the Ded Sullivan interview special, and today we are interviewing a creature of the night, a pop star of the millennia, of centuries.
A pop star for all of eternity. Please.
Dracula of Dracula and his band, the Draculas. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. Can you help me open this vine?
Of course.
Thank you. Yes, no, I am doing very good right now. Thank you. I love me some wine.
So, of course, we have a couple of questions, and then afterwards we had our fans submit some questions for you. You have so many curious fans out
The fans. They are what keep me undead.
Oh, Dracula.
Haha.
I gotta ask, how did you meet all of these ghoulish monsters to be in your band?
Oh, I have met many ghoulish monsters, but I must tell you, when you're alive for an eternity, you'll never die. I mean, I was around during Mesopotamia, the Babylonian Empire. You meet a lot of people. Frankenstein, I remember when he was making his monster back in Germany. Very exciting stuff. I thought he was a madman for doing it, but he made that monster. And I ended up becoming good friends with that monster. The mummy, met him in ancient Egypt, of course. I went flying through, trying to drink some blood, eat some fruit as a bat. Long story short, I got lost in a pyramid for a very long time. And, I met a very nice mummy. I mean, there's just too many monsters to name every single one. But I will say each of them I have met in very friendly situations, or while they are slaughtering the innocent.
How about the werewolf? How did you meet the werewolf?
Oh, Wolfie! Yes, the werewolf. The werewolf. He is my dear, dear friend. I only get to see him every full moon, of course. But one day he came up to me asking me if I can stop his werewolfitis, as he put it. And I told him, no, what's wrong with that? You look wonderful when you're a wolf. You run around, you maim, you kill. And I really set him straight. I really made him realize that he should be proud of who he is. And now he records sick rock and roll songs for our band, Dracula and his band, the Draculas. His song, Howlin' at the Moon, very beautiful rock and roll song.
Yes, wonderful. One of my favorites.
One of my favorites.
And Dracula, after hundreds and thousands of years, really, what made you want to become a pop star?
Haha, well, boredom. When you're alive a very long time, you tend to get bored at a certain point. Do you understand?
Yes.
I've done everything. I've ruled Transylvania, put people on pikes, drank blood, had sex with virgins, had sex with non-virgin, killed virgins, met werewolves, cured werewolves. I didn't cure Wolfie. But nonetheless, I figured it was chance to give music a try. I used to play the organ and the accordion.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I used to play them in my village and in my castle for my guests.
I've heard your very early recordings of the accordion and the organ. Those were very good.
Yes, I recorded one of the first records ever made. It was a recording of me playing organ called Drac Suite number 17.
Wow.
I've written other suites, but that was the one I recorded.
And that's pretty rare to find now, isn't it?
Yes, it only exists on Vac Cylinder.
Of course. And were you worried that your thousands of year old reputation of being a night terror and slaughtering people would affect your rise to stardom?
No, I am still a night terror. I'm very proud to be a night terror. I think night terrors will make it in the music industry. Honestly, most artists are a night terror.
That's true. There are a couple of Drac songs that are really topping the charts right now.
Yes, about murder or maiming or being a creature of the night. And that's good. No. The music is a real outlet for me. It really lets me express myself. Over the years, I've built up quite the range of emotion.
And how was it coming to America specifically to start your pop music
Bleh.
career?
Bleh, America. America's been terrible. Treated me like a bat. No, not like a bat, like a rat. But I'm a wealthy man. I am not doing bad, as they say. So I've been doing very well in Encino, California. I have a castle. I record there. I mean, that's where we made that first record. I have not gone back in a very long time. Ever since Creature and the Ghoulies. Well, no, I visited the Ghoulies in America. I take that back. But America was never a country for me. It's not a very... Well, it could drive you batty.
Is America why you almost didn't return to music? I know there was that brief break, and you were considering leaving the industry for a while.
Well...
What made you come back?
That's a complicated question. I know I said I did it out of boredom, but... I also did it because it's art. I wanted to affect people. I wanted to scare people. I wanted to make people cry. And so did my fiends, my Draculas, the werewolf. He worked very hard on that first song. I'm a werewolf, lock up the husbands, lock up the guys. We want to get reactions out of people. We want to make people feel something. And we've made a lot of music for that first record, and it felt like nobody heard our songs. It felt like screams in the night a victim lets out. Yet no one seems to hear. And it was very frustrating. But we realized we are very good at it. That first album, we showed our stuff. And we were very excited to get back in the studio, even if none of the mortals listened to it. Our music isn't for the living, it is for the dead, or the undead, depending on who you talk to.
Now, that first album that you just mentioned, it sounds so different from what you're doing now. And I gotta ask, what are your musical influences? What has inspired you over the years?
What has inspired me? Let me think. Well, of Bach for once. Bach, very big influence on me. The reason I picked up the organ. Trying to think what else. Wendy Carlos. Big Wendy Carlos fan. Love her work. Clockwork Orange's soundtrack is something beyond.
Do you draw any inspiration from Tom Waits, perhaps Lou Reed, any of?
No, I don't know who those people are. I must be honest with you. I have... Oh, don't worry about the bees. They are very friendly.
Thank you.
But, nonetheless, Tom Waits. Who is the Tom Waits? I don't listen to rock and roll. People have said we are a rock and roll band, and I very much know a lot of my monsters write rock and roll songs. But, no, I don't listen to many rock and roll artists. I listen to a lot of Bach. I listen to a lot of Wendy Carlos and a Clockwork Orange soundtrack. I listen to a lot of Bob Dylan, who had dipped his toes into rock and roll, but I don't think he's a rocker. I'm trying to think what else. David Bowie. I like David Bowie's jazz music. I like jazz music. Jazz, the bibbidi boppity. Yes, I very much like the Charlie Parker and the Miles Davis and the John Coltrane and the Alice Coltrane and the Sonny Rollins. That is the music that drives me.
Do all of the monsters draw from similar inspiration?
No.
Okay.
The bog monster grew up in a swamp in New Orleans. And there he he got very into Cajun music and the blues. The werewolf, he likes that rock and roll. I don't know how. He has those sensitive ears, but he loves it. Trying to think. Oh, the Animator. He got me into new music. This techno, this dubstep. I'm very unaware of what he is talking about when he mentions it, but he's very excited about it, and I think it's what the kids in the 20th century are listening to.
Okay.
Yes.
20th century, you said. Oh, okay.
Is it the 21st?
Yes.
Well, what can you do?
All right. So you have so many monsters in your band, drawing from many different influences.
Oh, yes.
Naturally, is there conflict? What is it like working with all of these monsters?
Oh,
You have to make a whole album with them. That must be a huge process.
well, I must be honest. It is a headache. Sometimes I wish Van Helsing would burst in and stab a stake through my heart. But luckily that never happens, because I do enjoy being undead. It can be frustrating. I remember once, me and the Invisible Man, we got in a 20-minute argument, and I nearly strangled him, but I couldn't find his neck. He was naked that day in the studio. I found it very disrespectful to the Siren and Medusa who happened to be there. But no, it has been very jolly for the most part. The Ghost, they have been in my castle for years. And it is a very, very honoring experience that the Ghost has finally joined me in my music. Or, for instance, the Reanimator. I didn't get his music, but I said, go ahead, young chap. You seem like you got the gusto. So, I mean, it has its ups and downs. If you want some dirt, as the humans call it, or tea, well, once, we all love Swamp Thing. Yes, you've met, you know the man Swamp Thing.
Yes.
He's a real prick sometimes, and he smells so bad. But, you know, despite all our indifferences, and that one time I tried to poison his swamp with asbestos. You've learned to get past it, and the art is the most important thing.
Now, I have to ask, is the ghost, you said haunted your castle, one of your victims that you drank from, or just a passing ghost?
A passing ghoul. I don't hang out with the people I've killed. If I wanted to, I would have turned them into a vampire. Otherwise, I've maimed them or I murder them. So I don't hang out with their spirits. No, I think the ghost spirit has been there a long time. Honestly, and frighteningly so. They might have died before I did. They may have been dead for hundreds of years before I died. Which is quite the feat. That is a long time. And they died in that castle that they moved into. I didn't even know it existed during the Mesopotamian Empire. Yeah. It is. It makes you think. We're very small in the world.
Now, I gotta ask, it's the music industry, that's a family affair now. Alucard, your son, has gotten into music. He's made music with you. How does that make you feel? Do you plan on working together?
Yes. Yes, my son Alucard makes music now. Good for him. What a wonderful son. And he is. He's about, I think his 437th birthday is upon us in 2 human months.
Oh, that's so exciting.
But I don't want to shut him out, but I don't think music is for him. I don't think he has his own identity yet. And I think that is important in art. But I wish him luck, and he always has a slot on my records.
I mean, 437, that's so much younger than you are. It's,
He has so much to learn.
He has so much time to give the world, like, his artistic expression.
What does he know yet? What does he know? He doesn't know much. One day he'll understand what it means to rule the night like the king of it. But I don't think he gets it just yet. And I do wish him luck. And you can listen to his song, Alucard and his band, the Alucards. Once, that bastard, he had a party in my castle. When I was away, I was in China. I was hanging out, helping out, drinking blood and helping inventing paper. And I got back, and he had a whole party with the bunyip and with dwarves and with witches and witches and witches, like he was a big shot. It was very frustrating.
So it seems like there's a little bit of tension between you and your son right now, you know.
Blood is thicker than anything. But he can drive me batty, that is for sure.
Oh, Dracula. Now, I'm gonna move on to some questions that your fans submitted. Let's see what we got here. Alright, the first question is actually about Alucard.
Okay.
Who is Alucard's mother? There have been some rumors about it being some different monsters on albums that you've had in the past, you know. There are rumors that it's a woman named Mina. However, there's no confirmation, and we don't even know if he's a vampire, a human, or
Okay. Okay, I get it. This is what the fans want to know. But it's none of their fucking business. I apologize to them, but listen. No, it is not Mina. It is not Mina. She is not the father of Alucard, my son, the heir to the Dracula family. It is not Lisa or Barbara or Nina or Helena. It ain't no witch. That's for sure, but that's none of your business. I'm not going to tell you. Alucard is my son, and that is what matters in this world. He has the blood of a Dracula.
Okay. Moving on to the next question.
Thank you.
then.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry about that.
Ah!
Mr. Dracula. Okay. The second question from fans, submitted here by...
Better be of.
This is a recording of the fucking ghoulies in reverse. Continuing to listen may cause irreversible brain damage.
This is a recording of the fucking ghoulies in reverse. Continuing to listen may cause irreversible brain damage.
This is a recording of the fucking ghoulies in reverse. Continuing to listen may cause irreversible brain damage.
This is a recording of the fucking ghoulies in reverse. Continuing to listen may cause irreversible brain damage.
This is a recording of the fucking ghoulies in reverse. Continuing to listen may cause irreversible brain damage.
This is a recording of the fucking ghoulies in reverse. Continuing to listen may cause irreversible brain damage.
This is a recording of the fucking ghoulies in reverse. Continuing to listen may cause irreversible brain damage.
This is a recording of the fucking ghoulies in reverse. Continuing to listen may cause irreversible brain damage.
Thank you for listening to the fucking ghoulies in reverse. Go fuck yourself.
Destroy all monsters, they said, and I obeyed. And I regret that decision. When Godzilla threw me away. Godzilla, don't eat me. Don't throw me away. I'm a giant spider. I have so much to say.
What would you say, one more fan question. What would you say your favorite type of blood is? Maybe positive?
My favorite type of blood. Well... yes, that's fine answer. Oh, positive. Very great blood. I can't remember, honestly, if he is the universal donor or the universal taker. But what's it matter? I take. So everybody is the universal donor to me.
And is it true that you can only drink blood? You can't sustain yourself on any other food or nourishment?
Well, yes. I can't sustain myself on anything else. For instance, where did I put it? Ah, here it is. Wine. Love wine. Think wine is a very wonderful, very, very wonderful drink. But it doesn't do anything for me. I don't get drunk, as the humans call it. It's just not a thing I can do. My stomach won't allow it. But I do love the taste of the grapes, and I love the look of it. It looks very similar to blood. But to sustain myself, yes, I need to drink blood specifically.
Okay, and just the final question from the fans, and of course to anyone who is who's going to ask, who's going to flood our inbox, We are in an elaborate set piece. This is, unfortunately, we've gone by a church, and I do apologize again for the bells. But yes, we didn't put Drac out in the sun. We wouldn't do that to you, to our guests.
No.
We did create a set piece for this. But just on to the last question, what is your biggest inspiration for your look? For the cape, for just the black, the white, the formal. You've looked like this for centuries now, and it's just such a classic Dracula look.
Well, that's true. I've been wearing this for centuries. But you must understand, I've been alive for millennia. This is like my... Well, I can't even count on two hands. If the Kraken was near me, maybe I can count on his hands, but I do not know, honestly, where I got it from. I am a count. You know this, I'm a count, goddammit, and this is the way a count dresses. I think over the years I've scaled it back. In the past, I used to wear a giant blood jewel around my neck, but I lost it. When I got in a drunken fight with a werewolf one night, he scraped it off my neck and it fell into the sewer. I asked the humanoid from the deep to find it for me, but he said, I go in the ocean, not the sewer. So, well, what can you do? But yes, I used to wear jewel, I used to wear beautiful ties. Even my white button-downs would have elaborate, beautiful blood engravings, ink, gold, whatever a luxurious count would want. But, well, the people in the 20th century, the 21st century, they wear T-shirts and short skirts and bikinis, they like to dress down a bit, so I want to seem a bit more modern. So I've scaled it back a little, just the cape and the button down, and I don't want people to think I'm rich.
Well, I think you still look great.
Oh, yes, obviously.
And with that is the last of our questions, and I'd like to thank you so much for joining us today on Ded Sullivan's interview.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful night killing people.
I will have a wonderful night killing people.
That sounded rather threatening, Dracula.
Well, I must go.
for coming to Nosferatu. Hallelujah! Swamp Thing! You make my Mars sing! You make everything swampy!
I've been haunting. 'Cause I've been haunting this house for years. 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 I've b cage. What's there? Nothing but air. I'm a skeleton. I have no organs. Where could my eyeballs be? Oh dear Lord, how do I pee? The answer is I don't. I'm a skeleton. I'm a skeleton. Oh no, I'm a skeleton. Oh no, look out, I'm skinny. And you could see me at night. Oh baby, baby, I could give you quite a fright. I'm pretty spooky. I got crazy eyes. That's a trick question. I don't have eyes. I don't look too good in the morning. I need to polish my bones. But I do look mighty good at night. 'Cause I stand out. Clacky, 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 clacking my bones, clacking my bones. Clacky, 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 last step, look like a back. I'm a skeleton with funky bones. With bones. I'm bone. You're bone. ain't gonna stop me. I'm the Yeti, and I'm going for your knees. I'm the Yeti. Oh no, I'm the Yeti. I'm the Yeti, don't you know? I'm the Yeti. I live in the snow. I'm the Yeti. And I got places to go. I'm the Yeti. One more time. I'm the Yeti. Two more times. I'm the Yeti. Three more times. I'm the Yeti. I'm the
Look out, Northern Pennsylvania, I'm here and I'm not happy. I'm a fucking alien and I'm green. I'm a mean machine. I know how to groove and I know where you move. And I'm coming for you, alright. And I'm a galaxy invader. I'm a galaxy invader. And I've been known to hang out in the woods. Tied up by rednecks. Rednecks.
Maybe music isn't for me.
I thought I could sing like the creatures of the night, but maybe I can't. Maybe I should just take my band, the Draculas, and go back to Transylvania.
There's a place where vampires go to cry their troubles away, and they call it Transylvania town, where the bats can sit and stay. Lonesome town, you can drink some blood and last all eternity. The only price you have to pay is a death so sweet. Going down to Transylvania town, where the bats lay. Going down to Transylvania town, Transylvania town, in the town of pale faces. The night is not so bad, but during the day in my coffin I wish anyone could stay.
One, two, three.